Welcome to Kuma English Listening Hub. Today's episode explores a modern form of entertainment that blends theater, game design, and group psychology: escape rooms. If you've never tried one, imagine stepping into a themed environment, like a detective's office or a spaceship where the door locks behind you. Your mission is to solve puzzles, uncover hidden clues, and complete a story before time runs out. Escape rooms look simple from the outside. A group enters, finds a few codes, opens a few locks, and celebrates at the end. But behind the scenes, these experiences are engineered with surprising precision. Designers think about pacing, emotional tension, lighting, sound, physical movement, and how strangers communicate when they're under pressure. In other words, an escape room is not just a pile of riddles. It's a carefully guided experience. Let's start with a question. What makes a good escape room? Many people assume the answer is hard puzzles. But if every clue is extremely difficult, the room becomes frustrating rather than fun. A better goal is flow. Flow happens when challenges are just difficult enough to feel satisfying, but not so difficult that the group gets stuck for 10 minutes and stops talking. To create that flow, designers often build puzzles in layers. The first layer is easy and helps players learn how the room thinks. For example, the room might teach you that books are important or that certain symbols will reappear later. The second layer increases complexity and asks players to combine information from different places. The final layer typically feels dramatic because it leads to a major reveal: a secret compartment, a final password, or a story twist. This brings us to an important principle. An escape room is a form of storytelling. Even when the story is simple, like stop the villain, it gives meaning to the tasks. Without a narrative, puzzles feel random. With a narrative, puzzles feel motivated. Why are you decoding a message? Because it's the last recording of a missing scientist. Why are you mixing colors? Because you're repairing a damaged control panel. The story turns actions into decisions. Designers often use environmental storytelling, which means the room itself provides clues about what happened. A messy desk suggests panic. A carefully arranged shrine suggests obsession. A calendar with dates circled suggests a plan. None of these details are a puzzle on their own, but they create context. They also help players feel immersed, as if they are inside a living world rather than a decorated box. Now, let's talk about the puzzles themselves. Escape room puzzles generally fall into a few categories. One category is observation, noticing something unusual, like a smudge on a mirror or a pattern on the wallpaper. Another category is logic, arranging information in the correct order, like matching names to objects. A third category is physical manipulation, turning knobs, aligning magnets, or assembling pieces. And a fourth category is communication, requiring multiple people to share what they see in different parts of the room. Notice that not all of these rely on language. That's one reason escape rooms are popular across cultures. Many rooms minimize reading so groups can focus on action. At the same time, some rooms purposely include written clues to deepen the story. The best designers choose puzzle types that match the theme. In an ancient temple room, physical mechanisms feel natural. In a hacker room, decoding data feels more appropriate. An overlooked part of puzzle design is error tolerance. If a puzzle is too fragile, the room breaks. For example, if players must place a single object in a single exact position, a small mistake can prevent progress and cause confusion. Good rooms either give clear feedback or allow multiple routes to the solution. Feedback is crucial. A click, a light turning green, or a drawer opening tells the team they are on the right track. Without feedback, players don't know whether they solved something or just wasted time. And that connects to pacing, which is the rhythm of success and difficulty. Designers often plan for small wins every few minutes. Small wins keep motivation high. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If you never reach a viewpoint, you start questioning whether you're moving at all. But if you regularly see progress, you keep going. Pacing also involves the physical layout of the room. Designers think about where people will stand. If the room forces everyone into one corner, the experience becomes crowded and stressful. Better rooms distribute attention across zones, so two people can work on one puzzle while others explore elsewhere. This reduces conflict and increases collaboration. Collaboration is the heart of escape rooms, but it's also where things can go wrong. Some teams have a natural leader who organizes tasks. That can be helpful, but it can also silence quieter players. On the other hand, if nobody takes leadership, the team can scatter and repeat the same actions. Designers cannot control personalities, but they can shape interactions by how puzzles are structured. For example, a designer might create a puzzle that requires two people to cooperate at the same time. One person must hold a switch while another person reads a code from across the room, or the room may include information that is physically separated, so players must talk to combine it. These choices encourage communication and prevent one player from doing everything alone. Time pressure is another tool, and it's a delicate one. Most escape rooms give you around 60 minutes. That countdown creates excitement. However, too much pressure can reduce creativity. Under stress, people often become narrow-minded. They repeat the same idea, ignore alternatives, and miss obvious details. Good rooms include moments that reduce tension, like a humorous audio message or a puzzle that feels playful. This is where the Game Master comes in. The Game Master is the person monitoring the team, usually through cameras and microphones. They provide hints when needed, and they also handle safety. But hints are not as simple as telling people the answer. A well-timed hint feels like a gentle push, not a rescue helicopter. There are different hint philosophies. Some venues offer unlimited hints because they prioritize fun over difficulty. Others limit hints to increase challenge. A more modern approach is adaptive hints. The Game Master watches how the team behaves and offers help only when the team is genuinely stuck. In the best cases, hints are phrased as questions. Instead of saying, "The code is 3182, the Game Master might say, "You found 4 symbols. Where else have you seen those symbols?" That keeps the sense of discovery. Safety is another side of the industry that most players never think about. Rooms are designed to feel risky without being risky. A locked door is usually not truly locked because emergency exits must remain accessible. Props that look heavy are often lighter than they appear. Electrical panels are fake. And designers must consider accessibility. Can people with limited mobility participate? Can clues be seen by someone who is colorblind? These questions influence both ethics and business. Speaking of business, escape rooms are interesting because they rely on repeat customers, yet most rooms are designed to be completed only once. Once you know the answers, the mystery disappears. So, how do companies survive? Many rotate themes, build multiple rooms, or design experiences with variable elements, like different endings or optional side quests. Some expand into corporate team building, where companies pay for private sessions that focus on communication and leadership. Technology has also changed escape rooms. Early rooms relied heavily on padlocks and printed clues. Now, many rooms use sensors, hidden magnets, RFID tags, and automated sound cues. This allows more seamless experiences. Instead of opening a lock, you might place an object on a shelf and watch the wall slide open. The magic feels more cinematic. However, technology can be a double-edged sword. If a sensor fails, the story can collapse. That's why good designers build redundancy, meaning backup methods to keep the game moving. A game master might remotely trigger an event if the system does not respond. The goal is to protect immersion. Players should feel like they solved the room, not like they were helped by technical staff. Another trend is the move toward immersive theater. Some escape rooms include live actors who play characters, a mysterious caretaker, a suspicious scientist, or a frightened witness. An actor can adapt to the team in real time, creating unique moments. But actors also raise complexity and cost, and they change the social dynamic. Some players love interaction, while others feel uncomfortable. Balancing intensity with comfort becomes part of the design. Let's make this practical. If you plan to do an escape room, How can you succeed without turning it into a stressful competition? First, communicate out loud. When you find a key, say it. When you solve a clue, announce it. Many teams fail not because the puzzles are too hard, but because two people solved different pieces and never shared them. Second, create a simple system for objects. Put used items in one place and unused items in another. Otherwise, you will waste time rechecking the same drawer. Third, avoid tunnel vision. If you're stuck, step away and look at something else for 2 minutes. Fresh eyes often spot patterns that stressed eyes miss. Finally, remember the purpose: to enjoy a shared story. The best teams are not necessarily the smartest, but the ones that stay curious. They treat mistakes as information, not as failure. Escape rooms tell us something interesting about modern leisure. In a world where entertainment is often passive, escape rooms invite active participation. You don't just watch a story, you move through it, touch it, argue about it, and build it with other people. And for language learners, they are a reminder that real communication is not perfect grammar. It's cooperation under real conditions. Thanks for listening to Kuma English Listening Hub. If you enjoyed this C1 level episode, try listening again and notice the design vocabulary, pacing, feedback, immersion, redundancy, and adaptive hints. Each word carries a specific meaning, and together they explain why a great escape room feels like a small adventure you can walk into. See you in the next episode.